Evening, good morning, good afternoon, coming live from Fire Per Heart, children of God, and that's you, and that's you, that's me, and that's me. I hope all will be. Fire Per Hearts for truth, children of God. Current news report with very little research, mostly cheat research. Adventure Freaks with 3 S's, no Z at the end or anything like that, it's 3 S's. I'm promoting him. He's pretty word police oriented on himself, so it's difficult with certain things, but boy, was that a rude awakening when he showed the 5, or what, it's probably going to be 10 soon or more. It's probably more. They would rather that expats either go home or just don't come and visit. They don't want tourists, and I don't know what is the influx, but it's the main ones they used to really promote for people to move to. So before you jump on a jet plane, maybe try like Adventure Freaks. What else did I have? I look extra big if I turn around. John thinks it's like there's a name for the one camera lens, like it messes like it goes like that. Has like a bend on it. I think he just makes excuses for me. No, he said, that's why we got the other camera, but then I'd have never used the other camera. It's just a video camera. It's just a lot of stuff, and I'd have to download on another, and I'm just not that committed. I wrote these things June 2nd. This was from very little research, but I tied some things together or confirmed many things that I've shared. But Adventure Freaks can help you pinpoint maybe where you would want to stay for a while until it calms down in America. Maybe you have really wee ones or something, and you just need more predictability in your social environment to raise some kids to a more sturdy age, and then maybe you can come back into the Mannheim of America. Another revolution on the rise, and it's really full of Mannheim because it's every which way in direction, like a firework that makes no sense and dysfunctions and dances around and ends up torching the yard up. That's America right now. So before you move, you need to be really careful because there's 5 countries that people are literally losing their homes that retired there and they had been living there for years. They bought a home. And the government's like, guess what? We're not going to renew your visa. Good luck hobbling out of here. Yeah. They're not happy worldwide with, I believe, the T administration. I mean, they're just booting. I don't think it's the head wrap people and all that. I don't think that's fully what it is. It could be definitely a big part of it. But this is people that had been living there. And then these same countries, some of them, made it nearly impossible to move there because it's so expensive. So we're at 3 minutes. So all the same catastrophic events that would happen before very major scenes like the sign of Jonah, and obviously the one that everyone uses, Sodom and Gomorrah, probably even on Noah. I mean, in all of these events, Jesus' birth or signs of his coming as his birth and all of that, or even prior to his death, his resurrection, is the like eclipses and all that. And then we're told that these things will keep happening, that during major events they do seem to be more condensed, and we have seen that. So it looks like a very definite warning from Creator God. He warned America. He's warned with eclipses and shadows and bombs and fire streaks and earthquakes and horrible flooding, famines now and all of this, and he's let the tyrant take over, and he is going to make an example of us, and he already warned us, and it's going to be not pretty. So, but I don't want to focus on that right now. There will be many that make it, and there will have to be a full rebuild if that's possible. And so what I'm saying is I'm not necessarily done on the moving or even staying somewhere on a visa for a brief time to calm down, parasympathetic, to take a break, to take just maybe what would be considered a form of a vacation. Because there's just been too much ugly here. But then I guess there's problems with flights. A lot of the places that were desirable, now the prices are actually going up. 2, in the last 5 years, that's another 5 or so other countries in South America who started to bump up their prices. A lot of expats, lots of from everywhere. I guess apparently there's just this really outrageous amount of migratory stuff going on, and it's way more places than I was aware of. My algorithms are very blocked. I had subscribed to this, that, everything under the sun to actually open up my algorithm. It only worked for a moment, and it immediately locked my algorithm back into the chaos of the political scene. I'm not paying these people money anymore. I don't believe in them. I want a new government. And it's a government that serves the people on the same plane. We are the same people. When I meant down here, I meant that the service availability, the amount of agencies, the amount of reach that they can do and destroy people in a millisecond has to stop. And we're not participating in it anymore. Now, I had to pray and pray and pray, and there was I don't know, I'm not going to say, so hard with what they've done to me to talk openly. Sad. Holy Spirit was, which has been going on for nearly over 30 years, and people wouldn't believe that because of all the lies and rumors that they heard, is this. He said, are you going to forget what your ancestors fled from? That's what he said. And then my stomach kind of knotted up, and I was like, yeah, I have to fight for America. What would my ancestors say? What would my ancestors say to me if I said, well, I just didn't like the political scene anymore, so we moved down somewhere else or over another country? And they'd go, what? I mean, they barely talked. I don't know nothing about my family. But I'm pretty sure that old tomb site that we had, and did the poor little house get washed down the stream, or the guy made $1 million on an old property that was given away. Oh my God, what devastation can you give to a family? Roots of heritage down in North Carolina. Okay, so I have to fight for America with whatever I have left, in whatever way I can. And that's with my voice, and that's all it's ever been. And I've never met a threat. No way, no how. Go ahead, try to prove it. But I am not going to be on here much more. They are using the AI against people, and they are using their voice and making them say things they don't say. And I can't stand a liar. But that is above and beyond a liar. And my temperance just simply will not tolerate it. It should not have taken me between 2 social media platforms over 5 years at least to get 1 million views combined. And that's sloppy. That because it's these questions I answered and these over here, and it took me that. They had me so blocked on YouTube, I could literally put a hammer to my phone. And I think if that's the kind of relationship I'm having with this technology, is it's time for me to go back into harbor. I've given enough warnings. We are getting a major, major, major clearing, purge of America. There's too much Satanism going on and too much human sacrifice. And God has warned more than once, and he has let it go on for thousands and thousands of years. And a lot of you fled from it, and now it's over here, and it got over here too early, and I'm not going to get into who and what and when and where. And people that have had success moving. Are you going to name any of these countries? Okay, just a few. The ones that are like, forget you, we don't want you. Because the locals are so upset and distraught about economics and everything else. Wars, famine, people moving in by the floodgates of hell. Looking like the floodgates of hell, apparently. Colombia, Italy, Spain. Malaysia. You can't remember this, Heather. All right. I don't know. I miss Mexico. I think that was 5. Just forget it. You've probably lost on your property too. Like, fuck off kind of attitude. It's so expensive to move to Mexico, it ain't no joke. They only want rich people in those countries too. You can maybe be white and from America, but they would prefer you're really rich. And that wasn't the deal before with Malaysia and stuff. I've kept up on a little bit of it, but not much. Okay, I kept up quite a bit, but not a ton. I gave up when I thought I had the solid plan. I wrote it out. My son was pretty upset, but he was getting older, so I don't know. Like, he was an adult, I think. Pretty darn, yeah, he was. I don't know if you can consider us that at our age. Like, at 18, I would give us more of a 15, 16-year-old mentality. Regardless of conditioning, it was just some kind of delay going on there. I don't mean to be mean, but that's why we gave, like, a few more years there. Maybe we should have given a few more, I don't know, but to grow up. But anyhow, I think it's all fine and all that. So yeah, Furious Rage of Creator God is going to happen. Fire streaks, all that is going to increase. But there's actually going to be a real quiet moment before he fully lets there be a full devastation of America because of the epidemic of human trafficking and its breeding and all this, and it's in the jails and institutions and hospitals, and it's quite prevalent, and they're not going to assess the situation, so they would rather just terrorize people that know about it. Keep everyone else on their pills and sedated. I gotta go.